Hi, my name is Dr. Rena Newton. I'm a board-certified family physician, and I practice anti-aging, wellness, and functional medicine. After enrolling in the Human Potential Medicine Clinician Training course, I can now truly say that I am delivering a more personalized approach to patient care. So why did I choose to enroll in the Human Potential Medicine Clinician Training course? Well, the answer is easy. This course offers an amazing glimpse into the future of medicine, particularly so in the field of genetics and genomics and the interpretation of single nucleotide polymorphisms, aka SNPs, and how they affect a person's health. How do you decide which patient is better suited for endurance training versus high-intensity interval exercises? Or how do you get that patient who is struggling with insulin resistance and all the associated symptoms? How do you figure out which diet is best to combat this, Mediterranean diet or the ketogenic diet? These are all questions that almost every clinician out there has had. And now with the use of nutrigenetics, genetics, and genomics, and SNPs, and the interpretation that you learn from this course, we're able to answer some of these questions. I wanted to be part of the advancing world of medical technology, and I wanted to use this information to broaden my approach to patient care. But the question was, how was I going to gather all this information? Dr. Stickler is one of the pioneers in this field, and it's very obvious that he has used hours and actually years of his time and expertise in consolidating this information into one nice and neat, clear and concise, easy to follow, ready to use practical format. Literally, the day after the second module, I was applying what I had learned to patients I saw in the office. It fits very easily into busy schedules. The lectures are live, virtual, and interactive. You can ask Dr. Stickler questions right there in real time. You can interact with your fellow clinicians taking the course as well. I cannot emphasize how much I have learned from this course. It has broadened my understanding of health and wellness and the expansive potential of the human body. I am now able to develop more personalized wellness plans for patients, including fitness plans, nutrition plans, and even supplementation plans. This course will revolutionize your practice of medicine.
My name is Dr. Rudy Mueller, a functional medicine and anti-aging practitioner, and now a human potential medicine practitioner. I cannot tell you how fantastic this program is that Dr. Dan Stickler has put together, and I wanted to film this video to thank him and make sure that other people understand the value that is delivered in this course. You know, I've spent tens of thousands of dollars on functional medicine and anti-aging medicine, and implementing those things into practice has definitely expedited the process of me being able to help patients reach their goals and decrease their chronic conditions and symptoms. But until implementing what I have learned through the program, specifically when it came to genetics, that education is so valuable and worth the cost of the program in and of itself. The genetics profile that you learn how to pick the ideal supplementation for somebody, what's the right exercise, what's the right diet and nutrition advice to be giving to a patient that works with their genes. And it gives you little clues into why a person's cholesterol might be high or have insulin resistance. It's a beautiful, well put together program, and I know that probably took Dr. Dan thousands of hours just to get the genetics down. I know I started to learn genetics on my own, going through SNPpedia and all these other resources, and it was time consuming. Well, going through this program not only helps you to help patients, but it helps decrease and save you a ton of time. And I'll tell you what, the value in and of itself is being able to help patients and really see their reactions when you sit down with them and go through a genetic profile. The most recent one was a person dealing with autoimmune disease who had been eating a ketogenic lifestyle, had a ketogenic diet. Come to find out that did not work perfectly with his genetics. Switching over to a Mediterranean diet was the recommendation. And he's already starting to see benefit in just a short period of time. So Dr. Dan, thank you very much. If you're thinking about joining this epic program and really learning how to be very precise with with your recommendations for people to allow them to reach their health goals, I couldn't recommend this program enough. Dr. Dan, thanks so much. I look forward to continuing to work with you and others like you. Dr. Rudy Mueller saying live happy, live healthy, and affect others positively. Thanks a lot.
Hi, I'm Dr. Isaac Jones. I just want to talk a little bit about how brilliant genomics has been for my practice and how many people have been transformed through genomics education through Dr. Dan Stickler, as well as how much more money and income I've brought in from the information and the education that I got through Dr. Stickler's trainings. So I feel like it's probably one of the most brilliant ways to connect people to what they know is the future of healthcare. It's in Time Magazine, it's in Discover, it's in all these different magazines that they're reading already, newspapers, etc. But there's not very many doctors that are actually implementing lifestyle and preventative genomics into their practice. So when I talk to people about the programs that I have and the kind of lab tests they can get and the analytics they can get from my office, I'm able to demand a lot more for that. So I've been charging thousands of dollars more for what I'm doing because of the genomics component. And it's completely increased the income of my business by an exponential amount month after month. And it's only getting better. So I highly recommend getting this information, not just from a financial reason, but for a business mission reason, because you're going to help so many more people transform their health, transform their life through getting specific genomic information about people and creating customized approaches to health transformations through the genomics education. So I hope this video is helpful for you. Definitely recommend learning from Dr. Dan Stickler because, the amount of time, the amount of education he's put into this, and the way he's able to distill the information in a way that's accessible for you to pretty much do a cookie cutter kind of plug and play type of system. It's pretty amazing. So hope this was beneficial, and look forward to hopefully seeing you at a future Dr. Dan Stickler event.
Hi, my name is Greg Reeser. I'm a physician in Scottsdale, Arizona. I've been practicing medicine for 18 years. And like a lot of physicians, became kind of frustrated essentially being a highly trained factory worker. So I started to look into other ways that I could help people and looking for a new paradigm in practicing medicine. I ran into Dr. Stickler's podcast and was immediately electrified by listening to all his podcasts and listening to the different guests that were on there, and seeing that there's other ways of practicing medicine other than the current standard paradigm that we're, quote, stuck in. So after investigating this further, Dr. Stickler had a conference in Sedona, and since I'm in Scottsdale, I jumped at the chance of attending that so that I could learn more about the way he practices medicine. And the interesting thing, I think, is that there's the current paradigm of sickness-based healthcare, and then there's functional medicine, which is essentially a different way of treating illness, I believe. And then there's this new realm of human potential medicine, where we're taking people that are already well and extending them into their best performance. This was really encapsulated and hit home for me when I saw Dr. Stickler's diagram that shows all the different rungs of DNA and all the different things that we can treat to maximize human potential. Sleep, stress, treating the microbiome, nutrition, movement, etc. And a lot of that can be maximized for our patients by looking at their genomics. I think that looking at patients' genes is now the scalpel that we've all been wanting to use for treating our patients in this new version of personalized medicine. My background is in molecular biology, so I kind of already had an interested background in this anyway, but you don't have to have that background to learn to implement these tools in the way that Dr. Stickler teaches it. Yes, it can be complicated, there's lots of information, but what we've been learning in this course is how to implement it and how to give recommendations to patients. I'm actually planning on starting up a new practice where I'm going to be practicing human potential medicine, and I'm really excited. I feel like it's enabling me to be the physician that I've always wanted to be. I get to spend time with patients, give them extensive counseling on how they can reach their full potential, which is what life is all about. So I'm really excited to be going down this new pathway with Dr. Stickler and my other colleagues that are taking this course with me. I just couldn't be more excited. I think it's the future of medicine, and it feels really good to be on that cutting edge.